Sailing halfway across the world for the last 6 months, the Utonialo and her crew arrived home on Friday. She's brought with her 5 other canoes from neighboring Pacific islands. Mother Lutunonga was at a special welcoming ceremony this morning.
Sailing safely into harbour, the Utonialo brought joy and relief to families and friends. It also revived the vere, a traditional welcoming for sons and daughters returning from a mission. Sailors swim to shore and find a hidden tambua, a practice only accorded to warriors who've come home from battle. The Utonialo's journey was a battle too, one to preserve our traditions and protect the Pacific Ocean.
To save the ocean. We're trying to tell the world to protect the ocean. Because when we were in Hawaii, we had these scientists, we were together and they were saying that every second breath you take is from the Pacific Ocean. So that's why we're trying to tell the world to clean, to stop polluting the ocean, because that's part of our life.
Punikura will cherish these memories for the rest of her life.
I had a good time out at sea for the 6 months. I had a good experience, half around the world, and yeah, it's good to be back at home.
All 6 canoes will next sail to Tahiti before visiting other islands. Mother Lutunonga, FBC News.
Queen Elizabeth is the second longest-serving monarch in the British Empire. As we mark her 86th birthday, Apisolome Dhoka takes a look at her first visit to our small nation. FBC News was able to find an old documentary from the New Zealand National Film Unit, which covered the royal visit 59 years ago.
And now the great moment. Escorted by Sir Ronald Garvey, the Governor of Fiji, and attended by Lady Alice Egerton and the Duke Sequeri, the Queen and her husband enter for the first time into the personal lives of their Pacific Island subjects.
Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II first visited Fiji in 1953, a short while after her inauguration. She captured the hearts of thousands. People lined up the streets of the capital, waving tiny British flags. But no one was closer to Her Royal Highness than this man, her royal chauffeur in Fiji.
A huge duty was shouldered upon me. I was to protect the life of Her Majesty, as I'm Fiji's representative to drive for the Queen, and I made sure I made Fiji proud.
Sokowata was given the task since he'd been the driver for the then military commander and the Governor General. To this day, he carries fond memories of the Queen.
I was the last person in Fiji to shake Her Majesty's hand before she boarded the plane at Nandi Airport. I was shocked to be directed to be part of the government delegation to farewell the Queen. I was the last, and that was when Her Majesty thanked me for being her driver and handed me the gift. This was a historic moment in my life, the reason I still have the gift.
She made a second visit to Fiji in 1977, which to this day has been her last. Apisolome Dhoka, FBC News.
The African, Caribbean and Pacific Sugar Ministerial Group has urged the European Union to release funds for Fiji. ACP sugar ministers met in Port Vila yesterday, ahead of the ACP EU Council meetings today. Foreign Affairs Minister Ratu Inoke Kumbuambola told the meet, while money has been given alternative livelihood and poverty alleviation, it hasn't been channeled to the sugar industry where it's most needed. Ratu Inoke says it's crucial that Fiji's entitlements are released to the sugar industry. The Ministerial Committee has decided to write to the European Commission to submit Fiji's case.